Ever read this book? This is Show Your Work by Austin Kleon, and it was exactly what I needed to find purpose in starting this YouTube channel. So if you're like me and you're passionate about filmmaking, but most of your work gets dusty on your hard drive, then this book might blow your mind. I will show you 5 takeaways for filmmakers like you and me that will shift your mindset about posting on YouTube. Hi, my name is Niels. I'm a full-time pilot, but during the pandemic I started my own web design and video production company. On this channel I'm not only showing my work, but also my learnings and failures. So, a few weeks ago I read this book from Austin Kleon and it changed my perspective about posting on social media by 180 degrees. I've been frustrated by social media for years, but this book motivated me to take a whole new approach. I finally decided to leave my comfort zone and talk in front of the camera instead of hiding behind it. So today's video is actually a huge step for me. So here they are, my 5 most inspiring takeaways from Austin Kleon's Show Your Work. Number 1, be an amateur. The most beautiful thing about being an amateur is that no one is expecting anything from you. So you can create everything you love without trying to fulfill the expectations from other people. Zen monk Shunryu Suzuki says, in the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities. In the expert mind, there are only a few. Of course, as a beginner, you are afraid that someone finds your work mediocre or not as professional, but you can improve your work in small steps. Stay creative, show your work, get feedback, and become a better version of yourself. Clay Shirky writes in his book Cognitive Surplus, you can move from mediocre to good in increments. The real gap is between doing nothing and doing something. Also, the famous YouTuber Ali Abdaal says, first focus on producing a video per week. Once you handle that, focus on producing a good video per week. At the beginning, no one really cares, and YouTube is like a playground for your stored up creativity. Number 2, talk about yourself at parties. And this one goes especially for me. I landed most of my clients because my wife was talking about my work at parties. I'm a rather introverted person and I don't like to praise myself. Especially when it comes to creative work, as a lot of people don't see the point when you're earning any or little money with it. So maybe just be honest and talk about your passion, even if you only follow your creative work next to your day job. Most people might ask if they can see your work, and here comes a YouTube channel in handy. As soon as they see your work, they will understand your passion a lot better. It might be a great opportunity to promote yourself or even connect with the next client. Also, Kanye West once said, you gotta make your case. Number 3, show your trade secrets. In his book, Austin Kleon writes about the legendary Franklin barbecue in Austin, Texas. And he was quite surprised by the fact that the people behind Franklin barbecue are openly talking about the techniques and recipes on YouTube. Especially as the world of barbecue is very secretive and competitive. And the lesson he learned from them? Sharing your secrets doesn't mean that someone will steal your business. Just because someone knows your techniques and skills doesn't mean he can outperform you. But people will love that you're talking so passionately about your work and what is behind it, which is one of the reasons why Franklin barbecue is actually so successful. And here comes one of my favorite passages in the book. Teaching people doesn't subtract value from what you do, it actually adds to it. When you teach someone how to do your work, you are in effect generating more interest in your work. People feel closer to your work because you're letting them in on what you know. Number 4, become a documentarian of what you do. Remember the astronaut Chris Hadfield? Yeah, that's this guy. He was one of the first astronauts who posted regularly about his life in space on social media, and the internet fell in love with him. Of course, not everybody has such an epic work to show, but still there will be other people who have the same interest as you and they are thrilled to see how you do your work. So I take most of my inspiration for new videos from other YouTubers. For me, the most valuable inspiration comes from videos where filmmakers take the viewer behind the scenes to show their workflow. And one of the best things documenting your work, well, you will see your work more clearly and your progress becomes visible. Number 5, and a very important point, work doesn't speak for itself. Learning how to tell a good story behind your work adds a massive value to what you create. People want to know where things come from, how they are made, and who made them. They prefer to see the frustration, the turning points in the process, rather than the perfect outcome with no story behind it. Because it gives the viewer the opportunity to connect to you and to see you as a human being who makes mistakes and struggles with the creative process. It actually makes your work more relatable. So that's it. My 5 most inspiring reasons to show my work from the book Show Your Work from Austin Kleon. Even though I never enjoyed being in front of the camera, it inspired me to not only share my work, but also to talk about my learnings and failures in filmmaking in the future. So I really hope you enjoyed this first video of mine talking to the camera, and I could offer you some valuable thoughts. Please let me know in the comments, leave a like and hit the subscribe button. Thanks a lot.